Sesko to Arsenal, every transfer rumour, every ITK, every insider is saying that that's the move that's likely to happen. And they're also saying that Arteta has picked this guy over Gyökeres, and also Berta is also his number one target, which I'm not too sure, but that's what the word is on the town. My thoughts on it are, firstly, a lot of people are now coming out saying, yeah, we definitely should get Sesko instead of Gyökeres because the profile fits and stylistically and all this stuff. Listen, the only stylistically that we need at Arsenal as a striker is who scores the most goals. That's the best style. That's how I see it. And a lot of people, what they're doing, they're now sitting in, yeah, he's got the potential more so than Gyökeres. Sesko's 21, Gyökeres is 27. There's no resale value for Gyökeres. I don't care about that. Secondly, Sesko his ceiling's higher. That's what they like to say, his ceiling's higher. Well, how much higher a ceiling do you need than scoring 50-something goals a season? Because Gyökeres scored 50-something goals this season. So if Sesko's ceiling's higher, how much higher are we looking at? There's a player already, to me, as far as I'm concerned, there's a player already there that's scoring 50-something goals in a season. Gyökeres is scoring, Sesko, sorry, is scoring, I think he's got 11 league goals this season. 11. That's Havertz level in the Bundesliga. People like to say, oh, I saw his striking ability. He's got striking ability and he can shoot from outside the box. And see me, when I look at a striker in this day and age, I'm not looking at his striking ability and how good his goals are. I see Gyökeres got Sesko's got a brilliant left foot strike that I saw a goal that he scored. I saw him score a brilliant shot from about 40 yards that he outside of his boot. I saw him do a brilliant header. That's not what I'm looking for in a striker, you know. I'm looking for the goals that he bundles it over the line. The goals when the ball comes in the box and he just knows where he is and he toe pokes it in. I'm looking for those goals, the toe pokes, the bundling over the line. That's what I'm looking for in a striker. I'm not looking for a striker that's scoring from 40 yards. That's not consistent goals to me. You're not going to score 40-yard strikes. You can definitely score 40 bundles over the line though. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm seeing a lot of people say things like, Gyökeres doesn't score headed goals. What difference? He scores 50 goals. If he scores 50 goals with his feet, I don't need him to score 25 with his feet and 25 with his head. Difference does it make? And then another thing that people are saying is that Sesko has got, like I said, he's got a higher ceiling. So I'm saying, when you say a higher ceiling, like what does that equate to? A higher ceiling equates to him scoring more than Gyökeres now. Do I think Sesko is going to score more than 50 goals a season ever in his life? Maybe, maybe not. 50 goals is a lot of goals to score in your life. So I don't know how you can have a striker that's already scoring 50 goals and then you choose to have the striker that's scoring 11 goals, because the striker that's scoring 11 goals can potentially score a little bit more than a striker that's scoring 50 goals. Because 50 goals is one of the best seasons that you can get in football. Unless you're doing Ronaldo and Messi numbers, when them men are scoring 70 and 80 goals and stuff like that. Who scores 50 goals a season? No one. So, and since when was 27 old? People going, oh yeah, he's 27. Oh, he's only here. Since when is 27 old? 27 is young to me. 27 is young. So I think the issue that we've got is, if we do get Sesko, it's again another situation of we're buying a player that's got potential. He's 21 years old. We don't need 21-year-olds. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Like, I'll support him but I don't want to be proven right. Because like I said, Arteta's lost his leeway signings, where he potential sign. He's lost that to me. Now you need to sign the players that I want you to sign. And as far as I'm concerned, Gyökeres is cheaper and scores more goals. That's easy for me. I'd rather make a mistake on Gyökeres than Sesko. If you get Gyökeres in the team and he doesn't score goals, I can understand that mistake. If you get Sesko and he doesn't score goals, I will not understand that mistake, because that mistake shouldn't have been made. Do you understand? It's a mistake that should not have been made. Sesko and Gyökeres should be an easy decision between either any team in the world and either player. Every team in the world will be like, yeah, I'll take Gyökeres because he's got 50 goals. No, who cares about stylistically? If you're having stylistically, isn't the style supposed to be a stylistically to do what in the end of the game? Score goals, right? So whoever scores the most is the best stylistically. It's simple maths to me. So a lot of people, like I say, a lot of people talking about this, the Sesko, and it suits. And he's 6'5", he's quick, he's strong, he can do all these things. And I mean, at 21 years old, you're asking him to come here and hit the ground running. For him to come here, he needs to score. He needs to score immediately. That's just how it needs to be. Like, he needs to score immediately and because the pressure will be too much for him, and it won't be his fault because he's at the beginning of his career. He's got a lot of time. He can be at Arsenal and be on the bench for Havertz sometimes and come off, and he's got time. Like, he's got ages to make it work, and he's got a good 10, 15 years left as a career. Arteta doesn't. Not at Arsenal, he don't. He's under the pressure that he's under now is to win now. He doesn't have time to be bedding into Sesko, making sure Sesko and Sesko bit by bit starts becoming good. Like, Arteta doesn't have that time. So I don't understand unless he genuinely thinks that Sesko is better than Gyökeres now. Not in 2 years or 3 years, now. You got to think he's better than Sesko right now. I mean, better than Gyökeres right now. Not in 2, 3 years. Because we need to win trophies now. Because that's what needs to happen now. The pressure's on Arteta. The pressure's even on Berta. Because you're coming in and you're buying the same players that we already had. That we already thought about. I didn't know anyone thought that Sesko would be a better option than Gyökeres. I didn't know that people thought that. It's only now we're potentially getting Sesko. Everyone's now coming out with, look at this and look at that, and putting up stats and XGs and touches outside the box and all of these stats that lead to 11 goals. Yes, but if you put it in the Premier League and you start getting balls in the box more, then all of a sudden his disc goes up now. So all of a sudden he should boom, or what's the word they say? He should all of a sudden explode now to get all of these. Bruv, stop over-analysing things. Gyökeres scored 50 goals this season. Sesko scored 20 or something this season. That's 30 more goals. Now, if you see it as Sesko will explode in the Arsenal team and get loads of goals, imagine what Gyökeres might do. He might score 60 goals. I don't understand where they're going with this. I don't understand. To me, it's a clear decision. It should be Gyökeres, clear as day. I'm willing to have a mistake on Gyökeres than I am to have it on Sesko. Sesko, to me, is a 21-year-old project that looks like he's got all the attributes to become a top striker. And people also compare it to Isak. Yeah, but look, when Isak was at Sociedad and then he came to and then when he got what's that got to do with anything? What's that got to do with anything? If there's a player that's scoring more than the other player right now, and by a lot more as well, that's who I want. It's as simple as that. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it. And also as well, Gyökeres seemed like the type of player that I would rather, stylistically, I would rather anyway. I'd rather him stylistically anyway. The way he plays, the way he is, the bullish nature of him, the way he always finishes with ruthlessness and power and nastiness. I'd rather that. That's what I would rather right now, to be honest with you. A player that's not too busy focused on getting the ball outside our own box and like, bruv, put the ball in the net. His penalties as well, he whips penalties. I'd rather that right now. Somebody that just is just there and just ready to put the ball in the net. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. But yeah, a lot of the insiders and the ITKs are saying it's Sesko. So I think in the meantime, obviously, I'll support him if he does come and it does come true, and I'll give him his time to get the goals that we need. But Arteta's going to be under a lot of pressure if it doesn't work immediately. And I don't think it's a thing of, yeah, it doesn't work over time. No, I think it's an immediate thing that Sesko has to immediately succeed. I think otherwise Arteta's going to be under a lot of pressure. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Sesko to Arsenal links.